Morning, guys. Today we're introduced to Conor McGregor, and he introduces us to the idea of having the courage to speak up. So let's try that today in our day. Let's start speaking up for what we really believe in, what we really want out of life. And he goes on to give us his experience and says that in his life, as he has spoken up, as he's become more vocal about what he really feels he loves doing and believes in, the law of attraction has worked for him. He has become that magnet of everything he's ever wanted in his life. And Conor McGregor's record speaks for himself. You can look him up and his record in MMA history. But how can we apply this to our life? How can we be more vocal with being courageous to speak our truth, what we love, what we're looking for, perhaps just being the best human being we can be? Let's do that today. Have a great morning, everyone.
What you believe in, but on earth, it's a very lonely journey. And it starts with the accountability mirror, looking at saying, hey, my dad who beat the hell out of me is not coming back. All these things are coming back. I have to face myself.
Every person you look up to, their success story can be your story using this 3-step process. Rise and shine, it's espresso time. I wake up every morning. Espresso.
What would your life be like if you were a rapid transformational therapist?
Keep me going. I wake up every morning. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from David Goggins. Also, if you want to learn how to have more confidence, check out my 254 Confidence series. It's free. The link to join is in the description below.
You will never learn from people if we always tap dance around the truth. Everything I didn't want to do is what got me to where I'm at today. So one big thing is the accountability mirror. You have to start with yourself. So what happened in my life was we start to get, I call it like the rucksack. A rucksack is a pack that you carry in the military and you put all your stuff in it, your radios, your food, your water, all that stuff you have to carry in the military. That's your rucksack. It's a backpack pretty much. As you're growing up, we all have a backpack. Most of ours, hopefully, is empty, and what we put in it is all the crap we go through in life. That's what is in the backpack for the civilians, and we carry it around with us. So what you have to start doing is realizing that no matter where you're at in life, I got called nigger a lot. My dad abused me, learning disability, stutters, immaturity, insecurities, self-doubt, so much crap on top of me. So much stuff. I lied a lot to create friends. So much stuff was in my backpack. No one's coming back to help me. So it starts with that person in that mirror. You have to realize you are on your own now. And whatever else you believe in, I don't care what you believe in, but on earth, it's a very lonely journey. And it starts with the accountability mirror of looking at saying, hey, my dad who beat the hell out of me is not coming back. All these things are coming back. I have to face myself. And you have to own all those things that people may have done to you. Now it's yours. You got to own it. And it's yours now to fix the problems that people did to you. It makes no sense. It's not fair. I get it. But if you live in that woe is me mentality of guess what? My dad did this to me. My mom did this to me. People who bully did this to me. You're going to always live right there. You have to figure out ways to move forward because you're not coming back. And it starts with the mirror. And I call it the accountability mirror in the book.
It's not fair. You're right. It is not fair. The situation that you're in, the people around you, the lack of resources that you have, it is not fair. I agree with you. So now what? Because you have a very important choice to make. The past does not have to equal the future. Where you started from does not have to be where you end up. All of your heroes overcame bigger obstacles than what's in front of you right now. So now what? Are you going to take accountability and create a new life, or keep complaining about how your current life is not fair? Let me tell you a quick story about friend of the channel, Alex Sayan, who helps me run Toronto Dance Salsa. Alex was a student at TDS for a number of years and badly wanted to be a helper. Helpers are advanced students who then help volunteer their time to help out the other students. He was rejected. He was rejected over and over and over again that he was not good enough to be a helper. Finally, he got accepted to be a helper. His next step was he wanted to be assistant, then he wanted to be an instructor, and over and over and over again. While people were getting promoted and given opportunities, Alex just didn't have the material. Alex kept getting said, no, 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 you're not ready. You have to fix this, you got to fix that, you're not good enough yet. Keep going home, keep working on it. Eventually, he got to the point where Sharon, who was the original owner of the studio, said, okay, Alex, I'm going to train you to be an instructor. Years after where most people would have been given the opportunity, Alex finally earned his way in. It's easy for him to have said, hey, it's not fair. Why are other people getting opportunities ahead of me? Hey, it's not fair on me. But he kept going. He kept working. He kept grinding. Then disaster struck. Finally, he got that opportunity, right, to be trained to be an instructor. And then Sharon, the lead instructor, hurt her back and couldn't train with him. So she asked me to come in and help teach the class. There's a problem though. You can't have two guys at the front of a class. I couldn't dance with Alex. That's not traditionally how classes are run. So Alex was defeated. Finally, he had worked so hard to get this opportunity, and then he realized, I'm gonna have to go back to just being on the sidelines because Evan's gonna come in and teach the class. Now, I didn't think Alex was ready. I had known him for a number of years. I didn't think he was responsible enough. I didn't think he had what it took. But because Sharon had made a deal with him, I decided I would honor that deal. And on the day that he came to pick me up to go to the studio, I said, Alex, we got two options. The class is happening tonight. Either I could run the class and do it and you can sit on the sidelines and watch, or you can run the class and I'll sit on the sidelines and I will guide and mentor you. You get the pick, but you have to decide right now because we're driving the class and we're going to be there in 15 minutes. What do you want to do? And to my, not just surprise, but also admiration, he said, I want to do it. He wasn't quite ready to take on the whole class, but he said, I'm going to do it. And he went up and he did it. Was it amazing? No, but it was momentum. And he kept going. And now, fast forward to today, if you gave me a brand new salsa student and said, this person has to learn salsa and I wanted to have a fun time doing it, I would put money on Alex over anybody in the world to give them the best possible experience. I would. From a guy who I didn't believe would be a good instructor to now being the best in the world. How? Well, he had to overcome all of these things that weren't fair. He had to overcome growing up having super sweaty hands and not being able to touch a girl, so he never learned to dance until he became an adult. He had to overcome years of people passing him by, getting opportunities ahead of him because he wasn't good enough. He had to overcome waiting to get his chance to be trained to be an instructor. And then finally, here it is, it all happens. And it looks like the whole thing is gonna get ripped away from him.
Hello everybody, Anton Curley here from dropshiplifestyle.com. And before you click the skip ad button and
because the woman who was training him couldn't teach anymore. And then he had one shot. And that's all it takes. You will get your one shot. You will get your one shot. If you keep going, you will get your one shot. If you take accountability, you will get your one shot. What do you do when you get your one shot, but you feel like you're not ready yet? Because that's the pivotal moment where you can decide, I'm going to fall back to the life that I had, or I'm going to step forward into a brave new world that I don't know how it exists yet. And I'm scared, and I'm not ready, but I'm going to take it. But if Alex told himself, it's not fair that all these things have happened to me, he would never have got his one shot. It wouldn't happen. And so I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can make Alex's story your story. That you can make every success story, every person you look up to, their success story can be your story using this 3-step process. Here we go. Step number 1, get clear on what you want. What do you want? Make it super clear. You can't just want a better life. What does that look like? Get super clear on what it is that you are going after. Write it down. 1 sentence. Make it clear for yourself. Make it clear for the people around you. Make it clear for anybody who comes in contact with you. Say, hey, what do you want? This is what I want. I have absolute focus. And when people look at you and say, you're never going to do that, look at where you're coming from, that's okay, because you have direction, right? The world gets out of the way for the person who knows what they want. You need to get clear on what you want. Get it down to 1 sentence. Step number 2 is study 3 people who've done it before. Study 3 people who have done exactly the thing that you want to do. Look at them. Look at how they started, right? Not how they're winning now. Amazing. Started. How did they get started? What were the obstacles they had to overcome? Because chances are they had to overcome a lot of obstacles. And in looking at their stories, it gives you 2 things. It gives you 1, motivation to see where they came from to where they are now. That's motivation. And 2, it gives you tactics, gives you strategies, gives you ideas. You get to learn how they overcame those obstacles, that feeling of it's not fair, that feeling of I don't have the resources to help me go, and then boom, they go off and blow up. If Alex looked at Sharon, who started the school, Sharon started it as an adult. She didn't have dancing growing up. She started as an adult. She was the worst dancer of her friends when she started to learn. She was the worst. One of the first guys to dance with her left her in the middle of a song on the dance floor. For a lot of people, that'd be soul crushing. That would be, it's not fair. It's not fair. I didn't go to school for this. I didn't learn this growing up. I'm trying to learn this as an adult. I don't have what it takes. It's not fair. It's not fair for that guy to be so mean. It's not fair. Great. She said, you know what? Yeah, it's not fair, but I'm going to keep going. So study 3 people who've done exactly the thing that you want to do, learn from them, get motivated by them, and use their strategies to work for you. And step number 3 is create CEO time. You need to create CEO time. CEO time means you're working on being the CEO of your business and your life. The CEO, that big goal that you set in step number 1, that demands a CEO. If you want that goal to happen, you need to step up and be the CEO of architecting that goal into existence. And so you need to have CEO time somewhere in your calendar. You need to pull out your calendar, however you're using it, if it's Google Calendars or Notebook or whatever you're using, and every week there needs to be a chunk of time, a window of CEO time. And in that time, you're going to be spending your absolute focus on driving that number 1 goal into fruition, creating it into existence. So when is that going to happen for you? Pull out your calendar and make it happen. If you're only spending half an hour a week on CEO time, well, your goal is going to come to you very slowly. Most of the world wakes up and has 0 CEO time. You're just in reaction complaining mode. So half an hour is better than nothing. But can you spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, more? CEO time. Not reacting to people, not getting distracted, not working on projects that other people want you to work on. Every week, put into your calendar right now, block it off, put gates around it so people don't trample all over your time. You got to protect it. Because if you're not spending time on CEO time every week, you're not building the life that you want.
Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I want to know, what was your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week? The science says that when you just watch a video, you get motivated, you get inspired, you have a 35% chance of following through on your goals. 35%! That's not enough. That's not enough just to get motivated. Believe Nation, we're here. You're here. The today matters. You're an action taker. When you commit to a plan of action, of when and how you're going to follow through. When you write it down, you have a 91% chance of following through. And when you commit publicly to somebody else, it jumps to 95% chance. From 30-something% to 95% chance of you following through. Believe Nation, we need to make this happen. So question of the day, your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action specific for the next week. Put it down in the comments below, and I'm going to show on screen sometime next week to celebrate you.
Where do I want to be in life? Where do I see myself? And then I start making these plans and how I'm going to get there. And I don't deviate from that plan. So that's kind of how I do them now. I mean, it's a lot more to it than that, but it's a lot of quiet time. I shut out a lot of noise. I only have people in my life that need to be there. If you don't need to be in my life, I'm not about acquiring more friends. I'm not about noise. I'm about, okay, are you trying to go somewhere? You can jump on board. If not, I don't want to hear all your problems. Do you have a solution for your problem? That's what I'm all about right now. So I'm not about whining, bitching, complaining. I'm about, okay, we need to go this way. I came home one night from work spraying for cockroaches. And long story short, I turned on the Discovery Channel. I saw some guys going through Navy SEAL training. And they were going through Hell Week and they were getting their ass just beat. You know, in and out of the water, guys ringing the bell. They was suffering. And I was weighing like 297 pounds. And I had to make a change in my life. You know, I was at an all-time low. and I wasn't going anywhere, and I was exactly what everybody said I was going to be, which was nothing. So I had to make a change.
What was it about seeing suffering that's really interesting, and I actually get it, but I want to hear you explain it. Why suffering was the thing that triggered that thought?
Well, for me, growing up, I came from a horrible background. I got called nigger every day of my life growing up, lived in a small town. The Klan headquarters at that time was about 20 minutes from where I lived. Right. One of the high ups in the KKK, son, sat behind me in 2 classes, so he called me nigger all the time. I got my first car, they spray painted nigger, we're gonna kill you on it. So I was just an insecure, scared kid. And the only way I could find myself was through putting myself through the worst thing possible. Because I'm gonna say the exact opposite of what today's world is saying. So we read a bunch of books nowadays. As humans, we wanna find out how to be someone else. What we don't do is we don't go inside. So literally turn yourself inside out. Read the book that's like we're writing a book every day of our lives. Every day we're seeing who we are as people. When I was growing up, I lied for people to accept me because I didn't accept myself. So I would make up stories so then you would accept me into your world. I would, everything I did was for someone else to like me. It wasn't until I started reading my own book about how pathetic I was as a human being. I can blame my dad, I can blame kids at school, I can blame having health issues, ADD, my mom not being around. Great mom, but she was doing her thing.
Right.
I could blame a lot of people. And that's the book I was reading. And I put it off on everybody else. It wasn't until I said, you know what, for me to fix this, I gotta read what the fuck is wrong with David Goggins. Not blame anybody. Read my book and say, okay, I'm afraid of my shadow. How can I overcome that? Go in the military, get your ass kicked, do things you hate to do, be uncomfortable every day of your life. Roger that. I'm not the smartest kid in the world. Okay. Instead of somebody saying, oh no, you're smart. No, don't say that to yourself. I said to myself, no, I'm a okay, roger that. How you get smarter? Educate yourself. So the things that we run from the truth. We're running from the truth, man. So the only way I became successful was going towards the truth. As painful and as brutal as it is, it changed me. It allowed me to become, in my own right, who I am today.
David, tell him about the
Tú en mi vida ya no vas más. Yo para atrás yo no quiero mirar. Óyeme bien lo que te digo. Porque ni loco yo vuelvo contigo. Sí, cómo no.
Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathing in through our noses and out through our mouths. Deep, long breaths. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. Feel that power of you keeping your back straight and your eyes closed, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's slightly painful. That's your true power. That's your determination. So use that power here, now, and forever. And see in your mind today how you will do when that music goes on as we work in the gym of life. But you gotta see it in your mind right now if you want to bring it out into the world. See yourself doing the best you can on all the stretches or exercises that we choose and do together here today, right here, right now, wherever we are. Because you were born to do that. You were born to use your determination to see in your mind what you want to create and then make real as you open your eyes and live your life. Good morning, determination. How's everyone doing today? Another day in the gym of life, another chance to be better than we were last time. So here we go, determination, here we go. When I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot as we usually do. But for now, you can just start walking on the spot as we slowly warm up our bodies and get ready for another session here together, another moment, a few moments here together. When I say go, we'll start jogging on that spot. Ready? And go. Always focused on our breathing and how we can control it, no matter what we're doing, wherever we are in life, wherever we go, not just in the stretches or exercises we're doing, Anytime we're using our bodies and our minds, let's remember how we can always take control of that breathing. It's the same way we can take control of our minds, our thoughts, and therefore our feelings. It's hard work, but just like everything else, with hard work comes all the best things in life. So here we go. We're almost there with the jog, almost there. Feel your body. All the things that are going on right now. Your arms moving, your heart beating, your breathing. That's your presence. That's phenomenal. You are phenomenal. And stop. All right. Walking on the spot. I'm just going to walk side to side here since I have enough space. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you have enough space as we work together here in the gym of life. The gym of life never ends, even though we may not be exactly where we want to be at school, at work, wherever it is that we would see and be with all the people that we love and always look forward to being with. But we're here right now together in this moment if you're watching this and you're doing this. So let's go, everybody. Here we go. Let's roll the shoulders first. 10 forward. Here we go. Again, doing the best shoulder rolls we've ever done. All the way to our ears and around. That's 4, 5. Let's do 10 forward. Here we go. All right, and backwards. Again, enjoying the process, enjoying the effort that we're putting in right now to be our best in whatever we're doing. That's what matters. That's what matters. And that can always keep us in our greatest gift, our presence. You're here, you're watching, you're doing, you are living. You have everything you need. Here we go. All right, arm circles forward. Let's do 10 forward again. And thinking about our breathing. Deep, long breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And backwards. 10 arm circles backwards. Taking good air in. And letting bad air out. Excellent. Okay, hands on the hips, bend the knees, and side stretch. 5 on each side. All right, let's do twist now. Keep your feet on the floor and just twist your body. Twist your hips. Again, just feeling the joy of moving your body. All right, okay, and let's do 5 push-ups. Try your best. Here we go. Best 5 push-ups ever. All right, 5 sit-ups, everyone. Here we go. Always doing your best. If you need to use your arms to lift up, for now, that's okay. But just keep going. Don't give up. All right, let's do 5 squats. Here we go. All the way down, all the way up. Arms straight up, looking straight ahead. Excellent. All right. Let's do 6 lunges. 3 on each side. Keeping our back straight, our body straight, looking straight ahead. All right, good. And let's do 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. Feeling the joy of being able to become uncomfortable in order to one day be comfortable doing this. All right, and stand up again, everybody. And let's reach for the ceiling on our toes. Here we go. Or if you're outdoors, you're reaching for the sky. Again, feeling the joy of reaching, stretching, using those muscles in our body, all the parts of our body, to reach, to do better, All right, actually touch the ceiling this time. Here we go. Excellent. All right, and reaching now for your toes. Straight knees. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Excellent. All right, good. And let's balance now. Grab one leg and balance. Really think about what you're doing. Find that point, and then pull that leg up towards your bottom. Bend the other knee if you have to. Feel the power of you finding your balance in this moment right now. And switch. It's the same way you can find your balance in whatever you're doing. Keep thinking. Keep trying different things. Again, bend that knee if you have to. And pull your foot up towards your bottom, and you should feel a pull on the front of your leg, front of your thigh. All right, now let's hug our knee. Here we go. Once again, find that balance, work for it. There we go, bend that knee and lift or hug your knee fully. Give it a nice big hug. All right, and switch, the other one now. Slowly come on up. Make sure you have plenty of space around you. Just in case you do lose your balance, you fall. You get right back up though. You know the truth, determination. We never give up. We get right back up and we keep going. No matter what. Alrighty. Okay, and let's sit down and reach for our toes with straight knees. Here we go. Again, enjoying fully. Reaching for our toes. Just like we're reaching always in life. Striving to be better than we were yesterday, a minute ago, a second ago. That's pure happiness. That's the joy of learning, infinite mind wealth. Okay, and let's go V-shape now. And reach for the floor. Here we go. As far away from your body as you can. Feeling certain muscles being stretched. Your ability to think about that. That's your awareness and that's your determination. The power to control your thoughts, to focus on your being right now. And switch, reach for one side. Alrighty, and reach for the other side. Again, you're trying to touch your toes. If you don't, that's okay. Just reaching, feeling the joy of going for it. Alright, and let's pull our feet together and gently push our knees down with our elbows. Here we go. Feeling the pull a little bit on the inner thighs, just a little bit, as we gently use our elbows to push our knee towards the ground. Okay, one leg forward, one leg back. Go as far back as you can. Keep that knee on the ground though. And let's hold it there for 10 seconds. And switch to the side. Okay, and again, go as far back as you can, but keep your knee on the ground. A little bit with some space here, but we'll do our best. Always do our best. That's what we got. Okay, and let's go into cobra stretch. So, belly's on the ground, push the floor, and look up at the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. Wherever you are. Here we go. Hold it for 10 seconds. All right, good, everyone. Okay, and legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Once again, feeling that power to control our breathing the way we control our mind and our thoughts. So right now, let's see ourselves doing the best we can when that music goes on. For me today, I'm going to play 2 songs. Again, feel free to listen to my songs or have your own playing. But whatever you do, pick 2 exercises or 2 stretches or 2 movements that are safe within the space you have. And for one song, the duration of one song, try to keep going in that one specific exercise activity. For me, I'm going to be doing planks, holding the plank position for as long as I can for the first song, hopefully the whole song. And for the second song, I'm going to see in my mind right now, holding side position for each side for the duration of that song. I'm going to see that in my mind right now. Right now, see in your mind what you want to make real when that music goes on. See it with the full power that it's possible. See it with the full power of belief and intention, determination to do your best to make it happen. Here we go. All right, here we go. Determination. It's all about belief. You gotta believe in yourself. Here we go. I believe I can do this. Let's see. What about you? What are you doing? Are you doing planks like me? If you are, let's go. The whole song. Listen to the words of this powerful song. Everything's about believing in yourself. Everything. It all begins there. You believe that you can do something. Do you believe that? No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard you gotta work, if you don't believe it, it'll never happen. Belief is the activating force, the key to unlocking the full power of our minds. And then we gotta determine to do it. There we go, everybody. Always believe. I miss and love your determination. I miss and love you all the time. But we are here right now together. We are united. Right now, working on holding a plank position maybe. I don't know what it is you're working on. You're doing a dance or something or an exercise. Keep moving. Keep going. Don't give up. Let's go. The whole song. We're doing this. The whole song. That's right. Evan's right. We gotta fix our mindset. Meaning, if we correct our thoughts, turn them into nothing but positivity and belief in ourselves, all the rest of the anxiety, mind health challenges, all those lying thoughts will just go away. But you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Determination. Only you can do it. Only you can believe in you. Actually, others, of course, can believe in you, but the number one thing that will matter is whether you believe in yourself. You don't want to waste everyone else's belief in you. It'll all go away if you don't believe in yourself. We were born to do it. We were born to believe in ourselves. First and foremost, to love ourselves no matter what. To know the truth of what others feel about us if they believe in us too. Almost there, almost there. Song's almost over. Let's go. Determination, let's go. Awesome work, determination. All right, next song. All right, side planks for me. Here I go. Holding one side for half the song and maybe holding the other side for the other half. Listening to, again, powerful music, energy, words. Bob was right. One love. Bob Marley knew the truth, just like you know the truth. We all know the truth. We're made of it. Of course. If we just take our minds when they're negative and they're anxious and stressed and fearing, if we took our minds, our thoughts, and just moved them out of the way, all there is love. We are made of pure love, pure infinite intelligence. We get to work on our bodies, our minds all the time to be the true beings we were born to be. Even if we feel like quitting, it's hard. It's hard to control our minds, to get it out of the way. But we can do what we were born to do. Alright, let's go to the other side now. Here we go. Oh, love it. Feeling the sweat. All that old fluid leaving the body. Make room for some new, good fluid. Here we go. Just like our new thoughts. We get rid of the old thoughts that don't serve us to make room for new, good thoughts, positive thoughts that serve us to be who we were all born to be. Love. That's it. Simple. No hate. No anger. Those things are going to be there. We're going to feel it sometimes, but with our determination, we can determine love, not hate. Determination, not giving up. Happiness, not depression. Joy, not sadness. How's everyone doing? Hanging in there, keep going. We're almost done. Let's always be united together, just like we are right now, right here. Alright. I'm proud of my effort. How about you? How about you? How about you, determination? I'm proud of you. I love you. Here we are again, ending the way we begun today together. Knowing the truth, though, that nothing ever ends, nothing is ever over. Determination is never over, never done. Because we are an energy. We are one energy. The way we take control of our breathing in this moment, the way we did our best today on all the exercises and stretches we did, that's the same way, same process we can use to make the best decisions. No, not decisions, determinations. Positive choices, loving choices, peaceful, grateful, mind healthy, mind wealthy choices, determinations. We don't choose and lose, we determine and win. Just like we won again today, here, right now. Just like we're winning right here, right now, just by being our presence, who we are. By believing and truly knowing the absolute truth that can never be taken away from you by words, by actions of others, or any things, any negativity, any sort of losses, pain, suffering, lies that is taking place. Those are lies. That's not the truth of what we were all born to do and be. That's just the mind that has taken over. The collective mind, our individual minds, but we have the power. We have our determination. We have the power to separate our minds from who we really are. Love, that infinite energy that is responsible for all that you are, see, the universe. What else could create something so magnificent other than love? The power of love. The love that's in you, in all of us. So let's just get our thoughts, our negativity, our anxieties, our stresses, when things don't go our way or as they should, get those thoughts out of the way. And feel the truth when all that has gone away. It's love. It's infinite intelligence. It's you. I love your determination. Another great time together. Take this with you. Take this energy, the way you feel right now. Hopefully you feel better than you did when we started. And you won your morning. You won your mind. You won your life in this moment. And you can win it all the time, wherever you go today. Whoever you're with, whatever you're doing, no matter what's going on outside your mind, out in the world. This is the starting place, aligned with this, that can change everything. I love your determination. Have a great day, a great week, and always a great life. I'll see you next time.
Welcome to Best Life 30, your 30-day journey to creating the best life possible for yourself. You can just watch this video or can sign up for free and get the bonus companion worksheets that go along with each video by checking the link down in the description below. All right, today is day 28 and we're gonna learn how to be a better leader.
I've spent so much of the past 20 years of my life evangelizing a message that leadership is not about a title, leadership is not about the size of your office, leadership is not about having formal authority, leadership is a mindset, leadership is a way of operating through your days, leadership is a heart set.
HoneyBook is the one-stop shop, and I've been using them for years. HoneyBook is the hub.
Leadership is a way of being. And I think, we're now in Leadership 2.0. The old model of leadership said you need to have a lot of money, or you need to be a prime minister or a president. You need to be a CEO or a managing director in order to be a leader. Leadership 2.0 is fundamentally different. Leadership 2.0 simply says, if you can breathe, if you are alive, you not only have the opportunity, you have the responsibility to show leadership, not only in your work, not only in your creativity, not only in your impact, not only in your influence, but even in your personal life. And so what I want to do in this mastery session, I'm thrilled that you're here with me today. So let's get right to the first tactic for you to be an even better leader. Install the lead without a title mindset. And again, that's just a way of thinking. It's an approach. So what I'm really suggesting is no matter what you do, no matter what your station in life is, start thinking like a leader, because you really have a choice when you go out in the world every day. You can be a victim or you can be a leader, but you can't do both. And so the more you practice showing leadership in your work, showing leadership with your family, showing leadership in your community, showing leadership in your private self, practice drives performance. And the more you practice it, the more you start to step into the mindset of a leader without a title. Number two, the best leaders on the planet grow other leaders. So if you're not growing leaders faster than your peers, you're not leading, you're following. I'm going to repeat that again. The job of the leader is to grow more leaders. So yes, do your work. Yes, become more creative. Yes, innovate. Yes, optimize your personal life. And yet at the same time, make the time to develop leaders around you. What that might look like at the office, celebrating a teammate. At the office, that might look like modeling mastery. At the office, it might look like collaborating with someone who needs some collaboration? At home, what does growing leaders look like? Well, it might be mentoring your children, exposing them to art, giving them great books. It might mean being a positive force in your home life. So the job of the leader is to grow more leaders.
One of the keys to Apple is Apple's an incredibly collaborative company. And so, you know how many committees we have at Apple?
No.
0. We have no committees.
No committees.
We are organized like a startup. One person's in charge of iPhone OS software. One person's in charge of Mac hardware. One person's in charge of iPhone hardware engineering. Another person's in charge of worldwide marketing. Another person's in charge of operations. We're organized like a startup. We're the biggest startup on the planet. And we all meet for 3 hours once a week, and we talk about everything we're doing, the whole business. And there's tremendous teamwork at the top of the company, which filters down to tremendous teamwork throughout the company. And teamwork is dependent on trusting the other folks to come through with their part without watching them all the time, but trusting that they're going to come through with their parts. And that's what we do really well. And we're great at figuring out how to divide things up into these great teams that we have and all work on the same thing, touch bases frequently, and bring it all together into a product. We do that really well. And so what I do all day is meet with teams of people and work on ideas and solve problems to make new products, to make new marketing programs, whatever it is.
And are people willing to tell you you're wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, other than snarky journalists. I mean, people that work for you.
Oh, yeah. No, we have wonderful arguments.
And do you win them all? Or?
Oh, no, I wish I did. No, see, you can't. If you want to hire great people and have them stay working for you, you have to let them make a lot of decisions, and you have to be run by ideas, not hierarchy. The best ideas have to win. So, otherwise, good people don't stay.
How can we harness the hustle gene? How can we pass on the hustle gene
You can't.
to our company and to how can we instill this?
You can't. You can't. What you can do is you can hustle, and then people will either ride up to it or run away from it. Like, you know, I don't judge my people. First of all, nobody that works for you should hustle as hard as you. Period. You want somebody to hustle as hard as you that works for you? Give them the same economics you're taking home. That's the truth. Number 2, with kids, rich kids aren't gonna care as much as you about money because you didn't have any, and so you had to fight for it, and then that's just real. So I think I set the tone for my company. Some people rise up, some people find their work-life balance, some people bounce. I'm not in the game of thinking that's important. If I feel good about what I'm paying somebody for what I'm getting in return, I don't need to judge that they need to work harder. So I don't want to get a deal for my people. Do you understand? I want my people to be on my team, not me getting more value out of them. It's a huge mistake of business owners.
My number one belief about leadership is you're a servant. Here's what I mean. Here's what I mean specifically. The word hero, that is in the archetype of like men and you and I bet. Is it true that inside of you, you really want to be the best? You want to create the best, share the best, do the best? Is that a metaphor for you in your life?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too. So I think people in this room tend to have that as their metaphor. So all of us at some level, man or woman wants to be a hero. The word hero in its Latin root means servo. Servo means servant. It actually means slave. The hero, why they're the hero is become the ultimate servant to something larger than themselves, people and so forth. The person who thinks they're going to lead by demand or by position can only lead for a short period of time. But the person whose idea of serving is, my belief is, if you can find a way to take any group of people and help them to experience their needs at a richer, deeper level than anyone else, then together you guys can get anything done. Anything. Now, it may not work the first time, but together you can get to that point. Because needs are ultimately what we're after. We're not after the vehicle we think we're after. You want $1 billion, then you get it. I got plenty of clients, and I will tell you, it is not the end game. And so then they go after their second billion. Or you think it's getting married, and then you get it, and you find out it's not the end game. There's certain needs that have to be there, and the ultimate needs are growing and giving. Because you only can feel so good filled up by yourself. So my core belief is, I gotta serve. If I serve, I can lead. Because I believe motive does matter. If my motive is just to get you to do something for me, there's a certain amount of power that I can get to do that if I strategize, if I think, if I feel, and also if it serves a greater good, even if I don't intend it. If the bumblebee goes to try to get the nectar it wants, its selfish goal, I believe there's a higher power that guides it all. And when that bumblebee goes, it doesn't intend to give anything but pollen sticks to its legs. As it goes about trying to get what it wants, that's how flowers are created. I really believe that everything has a web of connection. If your intent is to serve yourself, you're still gonna serve something more than yourself, and you're gonna get a certain amount of insight. If your intent and your motive is to serve something, yourself, but also something more, just your kids, then I believe you get a different level of insight. And because you're serving more of what serves life. It's not just me, it's me and my family. If you're trying to serve a community, I believe you get a different level of insight. If you're trying to serve humanity, you get a different level of insight. I get emotional thinking about it because this is why I do what I do. So when someone stands up, it's not about business, it's not about anything, but about serving them. So I will use abrasive or creative language. I'll use whatever it takes, humor, stupidity, I'll make fun of myself, I'll challenge, I'll do anything to serve. That's why I'm here. I don't need to do that anymore, but I love to see someone free and alive and lit up. So when that's your motive, no matter how people perceive you on the outside, if they're around you long enough, you can't hide what your real motive is. And they'll see it and they'll feel it. Motive does matter. If it's to serve something higher, it'll be that. That doesn't mean you don't get served too. And in business, you gotta be served. Or I used to do business and I lose money in the business and everybody else was happy. And it was wonderful, except I had no business. So it's, killing the goose that lays the golden eggs. So I've learned to put that balance in. But that gives me power. That's why time disappears for me. Because I'm not about getting some action done. I'm about the outcome.
My first job out of college, I had a boss who believed it was appropriate to berate people to get the most out of them. And I remember, this is a true story, I actually sat down with her. We used to have these sort of monthly career updates, and she literally said to me, "You have no talent," quote unquote. And I went, "None?" And she said, "None," And the good news was I thought that was funny. Because you can't have none. Like if you told me I only could do one thing, that actually probably would have hurt more, but nothing, nothing. And so I really paid attention as to how she managed, and the rest of my career did the complete opposite. So, yeah.
Give me an example.
I think that pointing out people's strengths is a lot better than telling them they have no talent. Also, she had this belief that if you don't look harried and insane, then you're not working hard. So I remember pretending that I was like stressed out, because if I sauntered down the hallway and said hi to people, she thought I was doing nothing.
Right.
So I started pretending. It's like, I can't talk. And that way she thought I was very busy and she left me alone. Yeah, honesty in management, treating people with respect, being honest about what they can and can't do, and committing yourself to helping people, not hurting people or pushing them down, has been more effective for me.
Sometimes at work, it's not what's happening at work for a lot of stressed out managers, especially. It's what's happening outside of work. How do you try to figure out where the sources of the issue, maybe to cut past some of the challenges you face communicating? When
I was entry level, having empathy for my boss didn't factor in, not knowing anything about sort of my place in the company, et cetera. But as I've grown up, I realized that the only motivation for any kind of confrontation, whether you're the one who's confronting someone because you feel that they have done something wrong, or whether you're confronting them because you feel that you've been wronged, the only motivation is empathy. And so even if someone is coming down on me hard or being unreasonable or being, I'm not perfect at it, but I've worked really hard to approach it with confronting them that they've hurt me or that I feel wronged, but immediately go into considering that maybe there's something that's bothering them. And that has proved to be really helpful. And we do it in life. I mean, for example, somebody sitting next to you on the subway is, slouched back, their legs open, and your immediate sort of reaction is to think, what an ass, But the idea of practicing and say, well, maybe he had a hard day yesterday, and he's exhausted and he just doesn't want to deal, Maybe he doesn't want to talk to people, and so to really just sort of have empathy for the world around you, it's kind of powerful, and people respond to you a lot better as well, because basically everybody wants to feel safe. And so if you have empathy, you give that to people, up or down the chain of command. I mean, we as employees want to feel safe, and it is our boss's responsibility to give us that. But at the same time, bosses want to feel safe. They don't want to feel that there's insurrection, that's brewing. And for us to let them know that we've got their back as much as we want them to let us know that they have ours is equally as important. And I believe there is responsibility of a manager, but there's a responsibility of an employee as well. That's right. It's like the kids have to do chores at home. It's the same thing. It's like it takes all of us. Yeah. The hierarchy doesn't mean that only the guys above are the ones with responsibility. We all have to contribute.
It's not that we need more female leaders. It's that we need more leaders to act like females. Women just happen to be better at that. Traditionally male characteristics like aggression or decisiveness is only one part of leadership. But there are traditionally feminine or female characteristics like patience, like caring, maternal instinct, that are extremely important, if not essential, to good leadership. So the problem in America today, if not the world, is we have lopsided leadership. We put too much emphasis on male leadership, and we need to balance it off. And the best leaders, whether they're male or female, embody patience and calm and caring and that motherly instinct or fatherly instinct, that parenting instinct. And so we need it more balanced. So absolutely, we need more female leaders, but we need them to act like females. We don't want them to act like men. I don't want women who are decisive and aggressive. I want women who are caring and patient and all of that good stuff. I want men like that too. So yes, we definitely need more female leadership.
What did you know and learn at the end of your career that you wish you knew at the beginning?
Understanding empathy and compassion. Right? Because as a young kid, when I came in the league, it was like, I'm driving this way, and either you're going to be on the train or be on the track. Right? There was no such thing as understanding that people have lives outside of the game, which apparently I did not. But if I understood that at an early age, and it helps me as a leader to communicate better. I came to understand that later. Getting to know people on a personal level. What are their fears? What are their insecurities? Right? What are their dreams and ambitions, desires, those sorts of things. When you come to understand that about a person, then you can help them reach the best version of themselves. So I wish I'd known that earlier.
I want people that I mentor to do better than me. So if you're in this thing where you want people to do well around you, but you need to do better than them, you're really not leading people. So leadership is really simple. Here's how you lead somebody. Every human being, even like what you're just describing yourself, is born with their natural giftedness. If you're a person of faith, I believe it was sown into you. But if you could just call it your talent if you don't have faith. So, for example, it could be your ability to communicate, your heart, your spirit, your nurturing skills, your engineering skills, your math skills, your discipline, right? Your whatever it is. You were born with natural giftedness. Here's what a great leader does, and you'll be one of the rarest people on earth if you can do this for people. Just get quiet and observe people as a leader. And when you can identify what someone's 2 or 3 natural gifts are, and they're things they know intuitively to be true about themselves, and you link that gift to them achieving, you've built a leader. So if I said to you, it's your natural heart to serve people, brother. It's your unbelievable ability to communicate. It's your mom and her background in your ear that whole time supporting you, giving. You link, that's what you're going to change the world. And you go, I do have a great mom. I do have a heart to serve. I do have a big spirit. And you link that to them, boom. Because here's the truth in life. Those of you that are listening, on one hand, if you're lucky, probably there's 1 or 2 fingers, you can count the person who that when you were a little boy or a little girl made you feel special. Knew you were special. Remember them? Just picture their face right now. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe it's your mother. or a coach or your grandpa or an uncle or an auntie. And that's the one when you were a little boy or girl, they made you feel special. They knew you were different. They knew you were unique. They saw your blessings. They saw your gifts. Maybe you got one in your life. And when you picture their face, whether they've passed away or are still living, you get emotional. You can picture the times they made you feel that way, can't you? Right? Okay. If you're a great leader, you end up on that hand of thousands of people. So in my life, I want to be that person, one of them they picture. In my life, Ed Milet was this guy who saw how special I was. He saw my gifts. He saw my blessings. He told me over and over again how blessed and gifted I am. And he'd link that to me winning. It wasn't some rah-rah, you're going to do great, man. You're a champion. Go, go, go. No, no, no. It was deep. He would touch me in my spirit. He'd found my gift and my blessing. And when you're that person, you will be on the hands of someone in their life, 1 or 2 places, 3 places of their entire life. That's what a great leader does.
What's your philosophy when it comes to human resources? How do you get the right people? And then how do you keep the right people?
It's the most important part of business. You know, that's why I went to military school, then I went to